After last week's heartbreaking loss against Auckland, the Turbos have returned home to get their campaign back on track. Aaron Cruden returns his first five, but with a few key players down with injuries, Grant Paulson has stepped forward as captain. With 3 losses in a row, the Turbos really need a win to secure points and keep their name in the game for next year. A cheerful crowd has gathered today to support the boys in hope of a win over the struggling Northland team. Let's see what they can do. Hey guys, how's it going?
Good.
Good. You here to watch the Turbos?
Yes.
Yeah? Who's your favourite player?
Aaron Cruden.
Awesome. And what do you guys play rugby?
Yes.
Yeah. What positions do you guys play?
Fullback or centre.
Number 8.
Yeah. And do you have advice to give to the Turbos players who play those positions?
Yeah. Just play hard and win.
Yeah, same.
Did you watch last week's Turbos game?
No, unfortunately I didn't.
No, so you can't comment on that?
No, the result was a bit of a shame though. Sounded like they got done in the last couple of seconds.
Yeah.
Last play of the game, so
Yeah.
not good at all.
What advice would you give them today to improve on last week?
80-minute performance. Their fitness is there, they've just got to get the mental game in there and they'll be away.
Yeah. And do you have any advice to give Dave Rennie?
Dave Rennie? No, he's doing a pretty good job.
You guys look like you're pretty keen supporters of the Turbos, yeah?
Yeah!
That's great. Who's your favourite player?
Aaron Cruden, of course.
Yeah, Cruden.
Cruden, cool.
We spent a whole weekend shopping for this gear.
Oh, that's awesome.
So did you watch last week's game at all?
Yeah, I did. It was really good. It was a shame for the Turbos to lose right at the end, but a good effort by them.
Yeah, so have you got any advice for them to pick it up this week and take it away?
Well, I guess that right at the end of the game, if they go into a maul and put everyone in it, don't lose the ball, would be the big advice I'd give them.
Have you been watching all the Turbos games?
I certainly have.
Yeah, and what do you think?
Great, marvellous. The real Turbos, we're really proud of them.
That's great. And what advice would you give them for today?
Oh, just win. Just win. Just play natural rugby like they've been doing.
Who would you turn gay for in the Turbos?
Oh. When they sign Brad Thorne next year.
What was the attitude going into the game today?
Oh, I mean, if you mean attitude as in what were we trying to do, then we wanted to play a bit of footy and bring a bit of physicality, and we didn't see much of either.
And despite the loss last week, you must have been proud of the boys' efforts. Is that the same for today's game?
Oh, I mean, we let one slip last week, and today we probably didn't deserve to win it. We got our nose in front at half time, but we just didn't have the urgency. We saw it probably in the last 10 minutes, which was good, but it's too late chasing the game at that stage. So disappointing.
And what's changed in the team after having some good wins at the start of the season and then falling behind a bit lately?
Oh, it's probably personnel more than anything. We've got a few key players sitting in the stand at the moment with injuries. So that Croswell hasn't played for the last 5 weeks, and Josh Bradnock's sort of been in and out. Reece Robinson's got a bit of a neck injury, so he's out at the moment, and Frankie Bryant's out for the season with a shoulder injury, and I guess we've got a few guys sitting in the stand, so that's probably the major difference. But having said all that, we've still got a good enough side on the field to do the damage, and it's not doing it well enough.
And to what extent have the injuries affected training this week?
Oh, I don't want to use that as an excuse. We've had the last few weeks where we've had guys who were sort of carrying niggles and that and can't take a full part in training and coming in late in the week. It's not ideal, but even so, it's not an excuse.
Thank you, Dave. How did you cope out there with your injury today?
Yeah, it was pretty tough actually. I thought it was going to be alright. Sort of I rested it at the start of the week and then started to train near the end of the week, and it felt pretty good leading into the game, but sort of just the contact area tweaked it a little bit, so I had to pull pin and come off.
So the boys were only just in the lead at half time, but no tries. How did you attempt to work through Northland's defence?
Yeah, I think we were guilty in the first half of not holding on to the ball for long enough periods, and we tried to do that in the second half, but it didn't really work either, and unfortunately we weren't able to crack their line.
And a few turnovers were given away. Was that something that you might be working on specifically for next time?
Yeah, definitely. We talked to the ref sort of about ruling the contact area well, and he sort of, we thought he was probably a bit biased towards Northland, but you can't sort of change the ref's mind. You just have to adapt to him. So yeah, that's something we'll definitely be working on during this week.
Okay. Thank you.